Welcome to Sanchez TV. Bear me 1 second. We need to get these settings corrected. Bear with me. There we go. There you go. Welcome to Sanchez TV. This is our preview show where we'll be previewing a big game tomorrow at Old Trafford between Manchester United and West Ham, and we've got Stuart here to play the game out, and let's see what he can do. Now you're going to play with West Ham, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. I'm excited to play with Payet.
Payet, very good. So let the game run as we look at the probable starting lineups for this match. Resume game, yep, and there we go. So as I mentioned, Manchester United and West Ham United face off tomorrow. West Ham obviously looking good these last couple of weeks and in contention for a Champions League spot. Manchester United trying to gain momentum onto Manchester City, who incidentally drew today to Norwich. Man United looking for that Champions League spot as well, along with Arsenal and I think it's West Ham, as I mentioned. So looking at the starting lineups, as we can see here, Herrera and Payet are two players I think in particular we need to watch for tomorrow's game. Payet has been in superb form for West Ham, and Herrera has been looking good the last couple of games. Came on as a sub of the last match in Europe, but has been very, very useful. The Man United team, as you can see, as always, De Gea in goal. Smalling and Blind should occupy the central centre-back positions. I think Schweinsteiger may actually start in the game tomorrow, alongside Schneiderlin. Lindegaard has looked very good since he's come into the team. Again, in the last month or two, out of LVG's hands, really, just due to the fact that injuries to Ashley Young, Juan Mata, and Antonio Valencia. So you'll see Lindegaard on the right-hand side, and most probably Rashford up front, continuing his good goal-scoring form. He is there. The West Ham team, as you just seen there, Antonio again has been in a good run of form lately, scoring goals for them. He'll probably start on the right wing with Payet on the left. New signing Emanike should be going down the middle. Alex Song will be playing defensive midfields, most likely with Lanzini and Noble alongside him in the centre of the park. Ogbonna and Reed in the centre-back positions, Creswell O'Brien on the full-back positions, and Randolph in goal. Now, Louis van Gaal is expected to make these changes, changes from the team that did lose to Liverpool. As we kick off the game here, Stuart is underway. So Man United will be making changes to the team that played Liverpool on Thursday in the Europa League. Wayne Rooney still injured, Juan Mata suspended as I mentioned, and Herrera could be pushed further forward to replace Mata's position there. Schweinsteiger came on for the game against Liverpool, as I mentioned, could start this match. If not him, Michael Carrick is also there in contention. He had an abysmal game against Liverpool. They played him in centre-back position and he really wasn't up to standard.
Oh, his first chance there. set piece there.
Lindegaard should return to the match after missing the 2-0 defeat to Liverpool on Thursday, which could move Memphis Depay on the bench, although he is an option should LVG go for his Dutch compadre. As West Ham attack here on the game, and Song, good block. What did you think of the Man United game then on Thursday, Stuart?
It was a very disjointed performance. The second half, especially. That's the one I saw the second half, and it was not United of old. I thought Rashford was he's all over the place, to be honest, but that's no fault of his own, because that's what pretty much the whole team was like on Thursday. So I'll be expecting a much better performance from them tomorrow against West Ham in front of their home fans. But yeah, I'm excited to see Payet playing at Old Trafford. He's a player that's really caught the attention of the Premier League this season, and with his silky skills, you really expect him to do maybe worry United defence.
I mean, he should do. If he plays on the wings, especially the left wing, he's a right-footed player, so he will be cutting in quite a lot into the central midfield. And to be honest with you, West Ham have troubled United at Old Trafford in recent years, so it will be a very tough game. Not just because of historical reasons, but the pure fact that Manchester United have looked, as you say, so disjointed. Looking at the West Ham team, Darren Randolph will return between the sticks as West Ham switch their attention to the FA Cup. Slaven Bilic will still be without James Collins, James Tompkins at the back, while newest signing Sam Byram is ineligible to play in this game. West Ham could be boosted by the return of Victor Moses, Enna Valencia and Joey O'Brien, while Winston Reid has returned to training, so that's a good sign, and he may well start this cup game tomorrow. Looking at, sorry, just lost a train of thought there. Having recovered some important players, Bilic could revert to a four-man defence. Emmanuel Manike could start up front with Lanzini in midfield as he steps up his return from injury. So this will be a very, very, very tight affair, very close. Man United have won 5 of the last 6 matches on the FA Cup, and Man United are actually undefeated in the last 10 matches against West Ham in all competitions. There have been over 2.5 goals scored in 5 of Manchester United's last 5 FA Cup games, so there are goals predicted for this match. Will be interesting to see what the outcome will be as Stewart runs up, and it's a comfortable save.
One player who's really also caught my eye, apart from Payet at West Ham, is Lanzini. He was a bit of an obscure signing in the summer from the UAE, but he really has adapted well to the Premiership and chipped in with quite a few goals this season. I think from like 6 or 7.
He was wasted over at UAE. I mean, I watched a lot of him when he was at River Plate, and he was a very, very useful player, very skillful, very quick. Was actually quite surprised he went straight to the Arab countries to play there. But I mean, it's good that he ended up in England, and West Ham seemed to be a good fit for him.
Yeah, definitely.
So he's been running that central midfield role. Very skillful player, as I mentioned. As you say, there, Payet and Lanzini have been the 2 standout players. Another player I think West Ham have missed greatly this season, as with any other season when they play, is the lack of appearances for Andy Carroll this season. Albeit he has played a few games, the majority of the season has been down to injuries, and when he has played, he has made a significant difference. So he has still got it. Unfortunately, though, if he can't keep himself fit, then his career will be stagnant as it already has been. Unfortunately for him, and honestly speaking, if he was a player who was regularly fit and playing for West Ham, I have no doubt he'll be part of Roy Hodgson's plans in Euro 2016. Man United fans will demand an improved performance against West Ham after watching their players succumb to a dire 2-0 defeat against arch rivals Liverpool in the Europa League on Thursday. Crashing out of the FA Cup would compound a disastrous 4 days for Louis van Gaal and surely leave him with no choice but to walk away at the end of the season. Now West Ham, meanwhile, are quietly going about their work and are dreaming of taking European football to their new home next season. The Hammers are 1 place above Manchester United in the league and only 1 point off 4th place Man City. 2 points now that Man City actually drew today. Free kick for West Ham in the game.
Payet territory right here.
Yes, but you're taking it. Are you any good at free kicks in this?
Come on, mate.
I'm asking.
I'm alright. Can't say I'm that bad. See how it goes.
Top corner then. We'll wait for this.
Oh, there goes the invisible spray.
It's literally invisible. Let's press X.
Yeah.
So Payet with a free kick. Circle, bro, to shoot.
No, but I don't want to go there.
Use the right analog.
Ah.
Hey! You didn't press the button, did you?
Come on, what did you tell me for? I did press the button, by the way.
Good free kick. Payet scores there. Will he do it tomorrow? We shall see.
Yeah.
Then again, saying that, if he does have a free kick at any of those that kind of range, it's very likely that ball's going to go into the back of the net.
That's cool.
I don't know. Did you press the button? Did you?
He's natural. He's natural. Payet. The game knows how good he is.
Great. Are you actually playing the game?
Yeah.
I just want to check.
Of course I am.
As I was mentioning, the West Ham are currently 1 place above Manchester United in the league, and are 2 points off. 2 points off 4th place Manchester City. So the Champions League isn't so much a dream, but it is quite a realistic possibility, given how the Manchester clubs have been playing. They've won 5 of the last 6 games in all competitions, and they should really fancy their chances of progressing into the last 4 of the FA Cup. as Manchester United have come off a 2-0 defeat to their arch rivals Liverpool, as I mentioned before. West Ham are unbeaten the last 2 games against Manchester United and haven't toasted victory at Old Trafford since Carlos Tevez gave them a controversial winner to keep them up on the final day of the 2006-2007 campaign. I had no idea it was that long ago. West Ham have only managed 3 goals against United in the resulting 9 matches and have been played between the 2 sides at Old Trafford, but they will not have a better chance to beat the Red Devils than this Sunday, given their inconsistent form. The first half finishes up 1-0 to West Ham.
Yep, no shots on target from United.
No shots whatsoever for United.
Boring United.
It's a very realistic simulation of the game. Continue, please. There we go. 58% to Man United in possession, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know. As we kick off the second half now, Rashford has been a revelation for Manchester United this season. They were worrying with the fact that Wayne Rooney was struggling for fitness, and then obviously he got injured a couple of weeks ago. So Rashford has stepped up and has done it considerably well, scoring 4 goals in his United career. Incidentally, scoring in his first ever shot as a professional for them against Midtjylland in the Europa League. And then again, with his first ever shot in the Premier League, scoring for them there as well. One disappointment, personally speaking, that I feel that United or LVG has failed in kind of repairing this season is the form of Memphis Depay. Now, he has had a good last couple of games in recent weeks, but he really was expected to do a lot more than what has actually happened at the start of the season, in pre-season. Many predicted Di Maria and Memphis Depay to be on the wings, causing problems for the opposition. Unfortunately, Di Maria has left. United fans calling him a flop, and Depay, again, United fans also calling him a flop, although he is still there and can turn that around. It is disappointing that he hasn't hit the heights as we'd expected after seeing him at the World Cup and such a fantastic 2014-15 season with PSV in the Eredivisie. Did you see much of him when he was playing in Holland?
Not really, no. I can't say I have.
Okay, well, he was really good. There you go. So as I mentioned, disappointing that he may not start. If he does, though, he needs to start showing a bit more than what he already has done. I mean, look at Rashford's coming to the team and instantly been a success. Depay needs to get his attitude right, get his work rate right, and work for the team. And then I'm sure he's going to see a lot more improvements to his game as the months go by. As West Ham attack here, is it Amanike?
It could be in.
1-on-1.
Oh, last man.
Who's this? Who fouled him?
Probably Smalling.
Smalling? It's got to be a red card now.
Could be the argument that there was covering defender.
Red card, there we go.
No,
the captain of Manchester United has been sent off.
Another player special on the cards.
There we go. Can he do it for a second time?
Oh! That one I did take.
Good goal, very good goal. Payet does what he does best. Free kick, top corner.
You see the disgruntled United fans there.
This could be a real sight. You're actually looking at the preview to tomorrow's game.
Suck Sanchez.
Yeah, exactly. Let's have a look at that goal again. Is that deflection?
I don't think so. Ooh, yes, little nick.
Deflection.
Who was it? Oh, turning the head.
Martial.
Well, turning his head away from the ball.
There we go. So West Ham 2, Manchester United 0. A very real possibility, as we mentioned.
And all down to Amanike's burst through the middle. Another player that was brought in on loan from was it Galatasaray or Fenerbahce?
Fenerbahce, yeah.
Okay.
FA Cup game tomorrow. Do you reckon West Ham can make the semi-final?
Yeah, they've got a real possibility. So if it goes to the draw, they do extra time and penalties, or it goes to replay.
From semi-final and finals, the only 2 rounds that don't have the replay. The replay side of things. I mean, back in the day, the final used to have a replay. So if it was a draw at Wembley on the Saturday, they'll play again on the Wednesday night.
Really?
That's how it used to be.
How far back was that?
10 years, 8 years, not that far. as United come here on the attack. They've lost out. And Amanike again on a run. Can't get past Blin there.
Daily Blins.
What do you think of Slavan Bilic then? Obviously this is an FA Cup game, but they've been doing really, really well in the league.
Good save.
Good save.
Adrian again. Wait. Adrian, lucky there. Well, I think Bilic has actually done a very good job at West Ham. But yeah, I mean, he did very well at Besiktas too. He did well at Besiktas and did well as a Croatia manager. So yeah, not too surprising. But the Premier League's a whole different ball game, and he seems to.
They're not too far behind Manchester City either. So
only 1 point behind.
It is a possibility for Manchester City, for West Ham to get into that top 4.
Yeah.
The season's been so crazy. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. But Bilic has done extremely well, taking West Ham to where they are. Given the fact that they have had injuries here and there throughout the season, they've done pretty well, pretty fantastically well, to be honest with you. And it is a bit of a shock, to be honest, that Payet wasn't picked up by another team.
You told me that I think Tottenham were after him.
We were after him for a couple of years. Newcastle were after him as well. Newcastle are after every French player in League One. But it is a surprise considering he was the man to replace Eden Hazard at Lille. Surprised that no one actually did pick him up from there. But good on West Ham for doing so. Good scouting network, and not only just Payet but Lanzini as well. Well spotted by West Ham, picking up 2 players of reasonable amounts of money. And doing ever so well for them. If they make Champions League, that would be a massive step up for a team like West Ham. You should win this now. They're down to 10 men, considering they've had someone sent off. But yeah, no. As you were saying about Bilic, I think he's been a great manager. People spoke highly about him while he was the manager of Croatia. Also, he did great stuff with Besiktas. Besiktas not considered to be powerhouse in the Turkish league at least. Now they're up there with Galatasaray and Fenerbahce, so he really has turned the fortunes of that club around, considering the fact that the last year while he was there they were struggling considerably with financial difficulties. So he's done very, very well, whereas on the other hand LVG has to work hard for his position. Whether Mourinho will take over in the summer is another thing. That's what's been touted about. It seems to me like it could be the right fit for him, for Mourinho, and LVG could all be out of a job. Whether it's before the end of the season or not, we'll have to wait and see. Personally, what do you think about LVG's performance this season, Louis van Gaal?
No, it's not been good enough. I mean, I thought he'd have left around December, January time when they were really struggling for points. But it seems that a win here and there has kept him in the job. And just when he thought this could be it, he wins a game, goes on a run of 2 wins in a row, and then the speculation just dies down. So I think they've just basically said, let's let them continue to the end of the season. Worst comes to worst, we won't get Champions League, and we'll just get Mourinho after the season's ended.
The only positive I can really see from Louis van Gaal is the fact that he has brought in Rashford.
It's going to be a third, by the way.
Oh, here we go. Will it be a third?
Oh, through the legs.
There we go.
Through the legs.
And this result isn't too unrealistic. I've got no doubt we can probably
see this. If West Ham win their A game to Old Trafford and Payet does his thing, then I'm sure we can see a result like this happening.
Yeah, very much so.
It's not too far-fetched.
Very, very much so. Sorry, as I was saying...
Yeah, we have a viewer actually. Might as well say, subscribe to our channel, Soccer Sanchez, Matchday Live. Yeah, please do. We have a few videos, 2 of them today. Very informative, so please subscribe to the channel.
So there we go.
That's it.
End of the game. Great result. Yeah, we've done a little bit, mate.
I can't help it, man.
There we go. So anyway, West Ham win. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So that's the end of our preview show. First of many. Hopefully, let us know what you think about that. As Stuart mentioned, please sign up to the Soccer Sanchez Vids website, the YouTube channel. Like this video, like all our other videos if you like them. Please leave a comment, good or bad. Constructive criticism is always welcome. And we'll be back next week.
Yes, definitely.
Back next week with a preview and some more chat about football.
And we'll be talking about the World Cup qualifiers.
That was it.
The South American World Cup qualifiers.
World Cup qualifiers coming up at the end of March.
24th and 29th of March.
That's everywhere, isn't it? Isn't there friendlies as well over here?
Yeah, I'm sure there will be. Yeah.
So international weekend coming up. Well, week coming up soon, and next week we'll be here to bring you all the news, views, and predictions.
Just to say, nothing quite compares to the South American World Cup qualifiers, where it is pretty much a marathon. So please watch our video next weekend, where we'll be talking extensively regarding the fixtures coming up, and we'll be talking about some talking points regarding the different national teams and which are the crucial games during those two match days. So adios.
Excellent. Yeah, good. So see you next week, and subscribe to the channel and like the video. It's been emotional. See you later. Bye bye.
Cheerio.